Hello there, muckers. It's Connor, and well, I was told about a new Total War of Warhammer gameplay video, or well, I suppose it's a bit of a let's play, of Kholek Suneater, who is a Chaos Legendary Lord. So you know what? I had to check it out. So thank you, George, for that. Let's get it on. Eventually. Sega. Sega. We know. Turn it up just a little bit. Perfect.
Hello all and welcome to another video for Total War Warhammer. I am Joey Dalton.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Darren McNally in this Let's Play. Darren, what are we doing this time?
So we're playing as the Chaos Warriors in this Let's Play, as we have a very special announcement to make.
That's right, we do. The Chaos Warriors race pack will now not only be free to you if you pre-order, but it will also be free for everyone who has the game in the first week of release as an early adopter bonus.
Okay.
Yep, so if you have pre-ordered already...
So they did a similar thing. I'm not sure if it's Games Workshop that's involved, or maybe they're just catching on to this new type of trend. But I believe Battlefleet Gothic Armada did that. And what is it? Focus Home Interactive or something? They did that with that game, which is also a Games Workshop game. It's a Warhammer 40k game based on the tabletop where you control fleets, pretty much. But yeah, they had a pre-order thing going on where pre-order you get Space Marines, and people pre-ordered. But they give out this little offer that if you buy the game within the first week of release, then you'll also get the Space Marines for free. Why can't you just give it away for free? Anyway, I mean, I don't understand that. It is cool. I mean, it's awesome. And just, I'd be very, very careful if you're still not pre-ordering the game. It might be something to do with pre-orders. Maybe they haven't got as many as they did for Rome 2, which, you know, Rome 2 being the most pre-ordered Total War game in history. Or it could just be them being awesome, which doesn't sound right. I don't know. Hopefully it's a new page in a new chapter for Creative Assembly where they do stuff because they want to do stuff awesome for the people buying their games. I hope so anyway, so let's continue.
You'll be able to preload the game to be the first to play it on May 24th, but if you hold off, the Chaos Warriors will be available for the first week after launch free of charge.
So if you want more details on that, check the link in the description.
I will be.
Or check out the Total War Warhammer Steam page.
Yep.
Right, so we're fighting at High Pass, and we're playing as Chaos, as we mentioned, and we're against the Dwarves, and just this lovely unit here. These are the Dragon Ogres.
Dragon Ogres. Yep.
Very cute.
Look at them. They look fucking awesome. Look. Right, so, yeah. Look at their weapons. Giant maces, giant axes, warhammers. Oh, yes, I like these guys. And I like their type, kind of sacks and helmets as well. They look pretty cool. Oh, their guy in the middle, he looks like he has the horned iron helmet from Skyrim.
Very little, very small in comparison to the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth.
Wow.
Oh, yes, so look at this guy.
Lightning.
Yeah, it looks really good. The kind of electrical pulses around him looks really, and he sounds really good as well. Actually, real deep bass to him.
Can we hear his voice, please?
He's dwarfed in comparison compared to Kholek.
Oh, yes, there he is, the man himself. So this guy is a beast. And when I say a beast, he's a Chaos champion that I believe was also very, very, very good at what he did for the Chaos Gods. So that one of them, I believe, maybe it was Khorne, transformed him into this abomination. I'm not too into my Warhammer lore, or canon, or whatever else it's called, but this guy is a badass. I've heard quite a bit about him.
That you can play as in the campaign if you're playing as Chaos.
So this guy's going to be, so he is obviously a legendary lord, I kind of knew that, but this guy is awesome. I'm assuming he gets some sort of bonus, like you can take these Dragon Ogres into battle with them. I don't know, maybe a free unit as a retinue, I have no idea.
A bonus for having Dragon Ogres and Shaggoths. He can recruit them at 15% the cost.
Awesome.
10% the cost for the Dragon Ogres.
That is awesome. His
So there's his additional starting units whenever you play with him. Some 200 Chaos Warriors and some 100 Chaos Warriors as well as the Dragon Ogres. Awesome.
And it's called Star Crusher as well. What a name.
Yeah, the Suneater and the Star Crusher. He is, I mean, he's, as we'll see in this playthrough, he is really, really powerful. And
Bet he loves the El Capri Suns. I mean, that hammer would have no problem at all piercing that little damn straw hole. I hate those things.
having those guys in your army, it's actually really good bonus to have any kind of upkeep. Have any negative upkeep on them because they're quite expensive, they're quite rare. So to have them in this army,
Manticore.
high tier powerful army. We've also got at the back there the Chaos Warriors with great weapons, and the Chosen here with great weapons as well. Flanked on the left, we have a sorcerer of the metal variation, or the metal lore. So Chaos Warriors, they can actually play with different sorcerers of different lores. I think metal, fire, and death are some of the ones. We also have a Manticore flank.
That is a lot of Chaos Warriors. I mean, in Warhammer, the armies are massive. When I say massive, I don't mean like 10,000 versus another 10,000. I mean hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of troops. Especially when there's kind of, well, whenever the Northmen and the forces of Chaos march southward, usually it's not just with a couple of thousand men, it's with a lot of warriors and a lot of troops. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to get 40 unit armies. I really, really hope that's the case. Because honestly, well, in this year everything's supposed to be bigger. It's Warhammer, everything gets bigger, everything gets meaner.
Up there, and down here we have the Chaos Knights with lances.
You're going to be doing some sneaky tactics.
Yeah, so we're actually fighting uphill on this battle. It's going to be quite tricky, and we have the Dwarven army up here on top of the hill. So it's not really sneaky tactics, but obviously they don't have cavalry themselves, so we can.
That looks pretty cool, little gyrocopter there.
You know, bring our cavalry around up behind them on the hill and hope to do some flanking charges, so it should be good.
Well, you have a lot of fast units compared to the dwarves, who have practically no fast units at all. They're really slow. Even the Slayers, which we'll see in a minute, in their info stat panel it says fast, brackets for a dwarf.
Yeah, oh, these guys here are really cool, the Iron Drakes with the Troll Hammer torpedoes, and they're meant to take down like large monstrous infantry, so they'll be good against.
Some Slayers here as well. You can just see them because of their ginger beards and mohawks. That's pretty cool.
The Shaggoth and the Dragon Ogres, as well as the cannons, the Slayers in the back.
Ooh, awesome.
The flame cannons. It's worth mentioning this is just a little quick debug mode, a look at their army. They'll actually deploy a little bit different to this, but I just thought it'd be interesting to see what we were up against on top of this hill. So here we are. This is the kind of gameplay. So obviously we're not playing this right now. We're looking back on the gameplay that I captured at the time, but to kind of appease the people who want to see cool zoom-ins and cool cinematic shots.
See those people that want to see cool fucking zoom-ins and cool cinematic shots? Wait until the game's out yourself. I want to be able to see how the actual AI handles. I want to see what the AI does and how the units actually respond to what is happening. Whenever they clash, do they just blow up? I don't care about cinematic shots at this moment and at this present time. I just want to see if the game's actually in a good condition. Now, honestly, I believe it is. I think, seeing how they pushed it back a month, I think their priorities are right, and the game will be awesome. I hope. I mean, I'm not getting too excited at the moment. I mean, I do want to play it. Obviously, it's a Total War game. I've always wanted to play a Total War game before it comes out, whatever it may be. But here's hoping it's actually good. I'm really hoping it is. I mean, that Manticore. We've seen Kholek there and his Dragon Ogres, but that there Manticore, I am in love with that model. I think it just looks cooler than anything else I've seen here. I just think the Manticore looks awesome.
I've also interlaced the video with the replay shot. So for those who don't know, in Warhammer, after a battle is done, you can view back the replay.
That's one of the best things Creative Assembly have done, is actually implementing the replay system. It's awesome. I love it. I don't really use it as much as I used to, but it's awesome that they're still working on the replay system. I mean, that's a big part of Total War and recording your absolutely heroic battles, heroic victories and stuff. So yeah, that's awesome.
And you can simply hide the UI by pressing K, and that removes the flags in the gameplay UI.
So I can just press K. Is that in the replay system or actually in game? Because if I could press K in game and watch the soldiers fight, that would be so cinematic. I'm actually hoping that is in game. But one thing I wanted to point out, in the battle where it was the Orcs against the Bretonnians, I really hope you can turn that little stench visual effect off, because the Orcs are actually covered in the screen cloud because they stink. I'm pretty sure that in this here universe everything stinks. I mean, forces of chaos that are plagued and just mutating, they're going to smell worse than an orc. That's in some cases.
And then we're allowed.
So sorry, I really hope they do remove that. Or you can turn it off. Either one, I'd be happy. If you could just turn it off, perfect.
Put the camera down and see the gameplay as it unfolds, both from a gameplay and cinematic perspective. The timeline stays the same, so what you're seeing is all in real time as well. So hopefully that will let you guys have a real nice zoom in of all the action and some of the higher up gameplay choices that I've made.
Some of the more brutal face punches I know you all want to see.
Yeah, so we saw some dudes fly back all the way down the mountain getting hit by a cannon. So already the Dwarven artillery is firing. I mean, they're perched a little bit further up on the hill than they were in the debug mode. And I'm just sending everyone forward. We just have a long plodding march up this hill until we get there. And the snow on the hill does slow
Their movement animation is really, really, really good. It looks really smooth and fluid. Doesn't look like they're kind of gliding. It looks really awesome. And look at the look at these Chaos Warriors just being hit by they've just been hit by a dwarven cannon ball. It looks it just looks so good. But they always do before release. Come on, Connor, stop being so cynical. It'll be awesome. I hope.
Troops down, so they are running as fast as they can. You can see them just getting thrown back.
Chaos Warriors, full plate, massive 200 weapons. They're not going to be moving that fast. In fact, a dwarf with no armor might be able to run faster than a Chaos Warrior. But I do like how they're getting knocked back, and oh, it looks so cool.
And I really have to try and take as few losses as I can until I get there. Don't want to send them all up by themselves either. I'm trying to keep them all together, so I have to kind of keep a steady march with them as well.
So do you have any kind of strategy for this? Because you have some making up to do for your win-loss record for us, Darren.
That's true. Well, I did beat Lionheart, so, you know,
Yeah,
I won the last one.
Okay.
But in terms of this battle, my
Look at this thing. Look at it. Oh, it looks gorgeous.
strategy generally is to move forward with a kind of a double line, split into a single line, and then have cavalry go around the edges. And I've concentrated all my monsters infantry kind of on the flanks as well of the infantry. So I have Chaos Spawn over on the right, which we'll zoom in a bit later as well. And I have my Dragon Ogres on the left. So hopefully we can just kind of punch through and then have the cavalry come around. It's just a massive envelopment.
Oh, look at these two guys. Two massive dwarven statues. Oh, so this is like some sort of dwarven ruined area, and well, I'm assuming it's in the north. And the, I don't know, Chaos Incursions are pushing them back. This is pretty cool. Well, I'm assuming so. I mean, there's dwarven statues there. Who else would be living here that builds statues of dwarves?
As long as my center holds.
I love all the dwarfen ruins kind of scattered around the battlefield.
See?
Yeah, this map is really beautiful. It's set up in the kind of Norscan regions near some dwarven Karaks, so I like to think that, you know, they're kind of holding back the Chaos Invasion as best as they can before we move in on their Karaks, I guess, up north. So it's worth mentioning that
I can't really understand anything this dude's saying, Kholek. He's like,
Kholek is fully upgraded here. In custom battle, legendary lords are fully upgraded, so all the spells he's active, that means he's like fully upgraded, fully
awesome.
Yes, one of his quest battles is actually to get Star Crusher, which he doesn't start with when you play in a campaign as him. So as you can see, he does have it here.
Oh, what? Look at that charge. It actually looks like something has impact for a change. And I love the symbol of chaos here. Oh, it looks so cool. But yeah, he knocked all the dwarves back there. I'm wondering if that changes depending on what race. I mean, this big guy wouldn't maybe push back as many black orcs if he charged into them, because they're, well, quite big compared to a dwarf.
So there we go. The Shaggoth has made its way through. The Dragon Ogres are coming in. The flame cannons are firing in the background. And the Iron
Slayer's coming in at the back there.
Hey,
little ginger gets.
So straight away, it's like a massive ditch fight up there. The Slayers are digging into my guys as well, which is going to be a bit rough on the monstrous infantry. But Joey actually hasn't seen this battle yet at all. She's watching this back for the first time, so...
I was about to say, she's a lot quieter than usual. Usually she explains units and what their stats are, what abilities they have, or, you know, may have in release, because things change. Oh, I mean, I'm liking the Dragon Ogres. They look pretty damn cool. I mean, these Slayers are just going to butcher them, though. I mean, that's the purpose. They're monster hunters.
I've got some surprises in there for her as well as you guys.
See what I mean? Didn't want to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so.
I'm excited.
So, we can see that they have a gyro bomber as well. Now, what can take down a gyro bomber?
Anything. Well, the Manticore, I'm assuming, or well, they don't really have many. Do they have any ranged units? No, they don't. Well, no, they don't at all. I mean, there's the Sorcerer, maybe. But the Manticore that's going to take down that gyrocopter, I would assume.
Manticore is pretty good,
yes.
So we'll send that after it.
See? Told ya.
We'll catch up with that later. But things are going pretty well. I mean, Kholek is just smashing through dwarves. He's taking a bit of damage. They're throwing a lot of things at him. I just used a final transmutation there from my wizard, which is a direct damage spell, and I actually overcast it, which kind of increases the...
So is it the first time we've actually seen this close up on the battles? I don't really remember ever seeing, even whenever YouTubers uploaded the content, they never really seemed to zoom in. But honestly, it's looking good. I mean, it looks like an actual battle's taking place.
The cost it does, but gives me a 50...
Oh, do you see that? Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. Watch this.
which kind of
Damn it.
from my wizard,
What's this?
which is a direct damage spell, and I actually overcast it, which kind of increases the amount, the cost it does.
Where is it? There, look. Whap, shield, and axe from a dwarf. Is that not cool? That's pretty awesome.
Gives me a 50% chance of miscasting. Basically, that's just like a direct damage spell that lasts for about 20 seconds.
I love the flavour text for it. Is the wizard unleashes a hail of magical energy, transmuting his foes into unliving golden statues. It's
quite brutal.
Yeah. That's mean.
So here you can see the chaos spawn. The blasting charges are
Oh, what?
absolutely devastating. They have so many of them, the Iron Drakes.
Those monstrosities there, are they horrors or something? They look pretty damn cool. I mean, they're ugly as all fucking hell. Jesus Christ, Anne Whitcomb, she got pretty damn bad, didn't she?
And there's some miners units as well, miners with blasting charges that can throw them in as well. My Manticore's going to town on the gyrocopter, and it's actually broken, it's running away. We've got a beautiful charge here from the Chaos Lances as well.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Beautiful sight.
It's funny because Kholek is so massive, especially compared to a dwarf. They're very, very brave and hardy folk to even attempt to take them on.
So they have quite a few Slayers units, which is kind of bad for you in a couple of ways, because you've got some larger units in there.
Yeah.
So avoiding them is key, I would say.
Just that spell that's going off there, that is the Gehenna's Golden Hands. It's a vortex spell, lasts about 30 seconds, costs 9 minions of magic. Again, that's the Metal Sorcerer, just hanging back.
I wonder if Kholek's tail or the Dragon Ogre's tails are actually weapons, if they can knock troops back or anything. That would be pretty cool. I mean, it would make him more valuable in combat if he gets surrounded by a unit.
Casting spells where he can.
So he summons the spirit of Gehenna's Metal Hands to hunt down his prey. Oh, what was that?
So that's the blasting charges just going off in the distance. They
Cool.
just launch them at blobs of infantry and just completely wreck them. And
So
my
you've got
Manticore
one
came down for a
mortal
nice
unit.
charge.
That's it.
Yeah, I've.
Even that, it's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do really well against these guys. We just like push it, lay into them, kind of like a constant onslaught. This is a very high tier army. Now the dwarves, their army costs the exact same. They have a lot of troops.
Yeah, but if your army is fully upgraded, veterans, fully ranked up, going against a dwarven army of the same size, maybe there's more of them. It doesn't matter. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. I mean, look at the... What do they call it now? I used to call them morale bar. It just shows how much... Your chances are far higher of winning than theirs at the moment, so yeah.
But they just didn't hold very well, and my spells kind of went off right, so I got kind of lucky. I broke their Gyro Bomber. The Gyro Bomber is actually coming back in here to make a quick run on my Chaos Knights. He actually comes in from melee, knocks a few off, and then starts frantically dropping his bombs while my Manticore chases him down.
Oh, that was clever.
Yeah, so here he is.
Never before have I... Well, I have heard other people saying that Total War engine... The Warscape engine is clever. The units that do things are clever from the AA point of view. That's not at all. That's just he decided to fly in there. Now he's flying away. Want to drop some bombs, I assume, but no. The only people I ever hear saying that the AI in these Total War games is good are the people that work at Creative Assembly. No, just no.
Just going along the line, literally dropping the bombs. You can see them actually coming.
I mean, I can't let this go. In the video where it was the Empire versus Chaos, and these two were actually commentating over a battle that wasn't live, similar to this one, only she had seen the battle previously. Who was it? The General or the Legendary Lord of the Chaos Army. He ran right into the fucking middle of the Imperial Army. Now they said, oh, he's brave, he's so fucking terrifying, he's a Chaos General, Chaos Champion, or whatever chosen. So, I've seen that happen in Total War Rome 2. I've seen that happen in Attila. I've seen that happen in Shogun Empire. I've seen it happen in many Total War games where the AI just says, fuck it, and runs right into the middle of my army, even whenever the majority of their army's alive. It's not because they're being brave or heroic or anything, it's because the AI is retarded. He's not attacking anybody, he's trying to get somewhere. He'll attack a certain unit, and he'll chase that unit all around the battlefield, regardless of what the unit is, or it's important or anything. It's just the AI being retarded. It'll never change. You You guys have had to fucking limit the game in the sieges. You've had to make the sieges so they look so dull and boring because the AI can't handle walls or too many paths in the city. So don't fucking say it's smart. It's not. It's fucking stupid.
Out the back. My Manticore just isn't fast enough to get him. I always thought it'd be really cool if Kholek just like gave him a little whack out of the air with his hammer. But
That will be cool, but the Warscape engine can't currently handle that. So maybe get a new engine, please. Maybe yes. Good.
it wasn't to be. And you can see just all the carnage going on in the background. They're still holding their own. Like the dwarves aren't just like breaking instantly or anything.
No, the Dragon Ogre is undeterred completely.
Yeah, actually, if you check the unit health of all my units, like it's quite low for the Chosen, really low for the Dragon Ogres, and my Kholek himself is down to halfway and taking more damage. So I activated an augment there, which speeds up my.
What about the enemy general or the whoever's leading the dwarven army? Have they mentioned that yet? I haven't seen it. I can see the little guy running about in the minimap with the star icon, but I haven't seen him yet.
Manticore, which will allow me to catch the gyro bomber.
Oh, right in the sky.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of were both in this guy, so what does you expect to happen?
I love that.
It looks so good when it goes down. It sounds really good as well. You can just hear the propellers like kind of giving out.
Nicely done. That is a well-used attribute there, or a skill.
I literally just face palmed. She doesn't really know what she's talking about, does she?
So I'm just kind of picking off who I can, finishing off.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. Look at the way the wings, the wind pushing them back and stuff and just fluttering. Oh, it looks so cool. It looks so cool. I want the Manticore now. Give it to me, please.
Some routing units, bringing the Manticore back into the.
Oh, that looks so fucking cool.
Amazing charges into their units, just ripping them apart basically. And this is kind of what you have to deal with when you're playing against Chaos or with them. They're very, very strong, and they're quite scary, to be honest.
I love seeing the dwarf fly past the camera.
Yeah, they're so little. They just like fly by.
Whenever my orcs get to the dwarves, there's going to be orcs flying. No, not orcs. I messed that up. There's going to be dwarves flying everywhere. Yes, they're going to use those slingers to put a stone in a bit of leather and then fling it in the throat. They're going to use dwarves for that. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be awesome.
I did another final transmutation again, which is another direct damage spell. That was actually something that really helped me getting through in the beginning, pushing through their lines. That damage spell is an area of effect spell, so you don't just target one unit, you target the area, and anyone in it takes the damage. So that kind of actually allowed me to hit 5 or 6 units at once. Very, very lucky to get it off with the 50% in this case.
See, it's kind of difficult to tell because it still looks like they've got so many units, but you can see the dwindling numbers of those units running away.
Yeah,
and still have so many left.
Yeah, they've got lots of kind of flags you can see as they back off and then they come back. They kind of reform quite a lot because Ungrim is actually fighting. Forgot to mention Ungrim Iron Fist. Here he is here.
Oh, there he is, the man himself.
Charge.
Ungrim is a badass. Ungrim is awesome. It's sad that we've only just got to see him at this point. Hopefully, well, the video's there's not much left here, but hopefully we get to see him do something awesome.
But I kind of left him alone for a second.
Oh.
In the shag off. See who's going to win in this fight.
Rear attack! Oh, mistake.
I have a feeling Ungrim is going to win.
To the dwarf, not you.
Yeah.
You did very well. Never turn your back to a shagger.
Well, he took him down.
Oh, he is.
One hit, he just walks away. Well, that's legendary lords for you.
Slayer King, of course.
He
You know?
is. So he did pretty good. Also, I was told it's worth mentioning that the fact he didn't react when he got hit is because legendary lords, they do have some react animations for getting hit, but they don't always react because if they were constantly in their react state, they would never get an attack off. It's kind of like a stun lock animation. So that's actually a choice made on purpose so that the gameplay just flows a little better, and I was told to mention that by the devs.
Oh, not to the ground.
Yeah, so it's basically just Ungrim left, stubborn little guy doesn't want to break. I just kind of envelop him with everything I got. He's taken out, the Shaggoth, and Kholek's pissed.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
It's probably his girlfriend or something. He didn't like that.
Oh, you just surrounded him.
I'm just
the
sending everything in.
was a good move, I think, because he's obviously going to be a bit hardier against.
Is she high or something? I don't know. Her reactions in this video in particular seem like she's a child. I don't know. Like she doesn't really play Total War, but now that she hasn't actually seen the battle play out. She hasn't got as much time to write stuff down, and I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Those larger units.
Kholek actually has a bombardment spell of his own that I call down as well. It's called Lord of the Storm. It only lasts like 5 seconds, and it doesn't cost any winds of magic, but that's what the animation there was, where he lifts the kind of axe or mace up in the air. And that's it. Ungrim was finished off by that.
Oh, you've done it!
Yeah, so that's the victory.
Well, congratulations for redeeming your...
Pyrrhic victory without army. Well, that could have went better. I mean, his forces were far superior and he still lost most of them. Well, he did win. I suppose that's what matters, isn't it? But, you know, if he didn't have any ranged units, I would have just waited. I would have sent Kholek in on his big dudes and then sent the cavalry around the rear, distracted them, then sent the majority of the forces in. Maybe even used the Manticore as a distraction for the gunners and sent my Chaos Warriors and Chosen in.
title of not losing every battle. Nice one, Darren.
Thank you very much.
Let us know what you think.
Alright, so he had 1,148, 616 losses. They had 1,523, 1,347 losses. Let's have a look at his army here. Well, I can't really say what units he was using. I mean, he did rank them up quite a bit with the chevrons there, with their experience, but... There's the gyrocopter. I'm just curious as to what tier of unit they were, if they were like early tier or late tier. I mean, he said that all his were late. Like, he had the best possible. I suppose it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. That was a pretty awesome battle. Getting to see Chaos. I was really excited about getting to see Chaos from the actual player's point of view. And it was awesome. Couple of weird things from the... What's her name? Joey? Something? She said a couple of weird things that have... it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's awesome that people who buy within the first week are getting it for free. That is pretty damn cool. So, I suppose you can get a decent review from someone you trust within a week on whether or not the game is good, and then go ahead and buy it. I mean, it looks good. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It does. I hope this is the Total War game that actually brings back faith in the creative assembly. I really do hope so. But, I don't know, they seem to have the tendency to try and make out the AI is good, even though they made so many compromises with the game because of the crappy AI. I'm not really sure where to stand on that. It does look like they just keep trying to cover for the AI, even though we know it's terrible and they know it's terrible. I don't know. I don't understand it. But yeah,
Think in the comments down below.
Oh, it's still going.
What you would like to see for future
I thought it was over.
videos. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Alright, so this is just... Hold on. What's this? What Total War was made for? IGN. I'm not going to lie. Whenever I first played a Total War game, I wanted to play a Total War game set around Tolkien and Middle-earth. I wanted a Total War game set around the Warhammer universe as such as we're getting, which is fucking beyond amazing. I wanted a Total War game set around the Warcraft universe. I wanted a Total War game set around the Legacy of Kain universe. I wanted a Total War game set around so many universes, Game of Thrones, etc. But IGN, and the game's not even fucking out yet. They're putting up a quote from IGN of all fucking places. The one pub, what are they even called? I wouldn't even call them a journalist or anything. They're just a joke at this point. I mean, what is it? Name a horrible game. A horrible game. Bad rats, 10 out of 10. Needs more rats from IGN. Because they're horrible at reviewing games. If you give them enough money, they'll give a game any review score. Usually it's 9, so it looks kind of genuine. But they're horrible. God damn it. I don't know. That's nothing to do with the game. That's just fucking their marketing department thinking that looks cool. IGN, who the fuck cares about IGN, honestly? They're a joke, and the ovals probably will be a joke from now on. But yeah, guys, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you very much, George, for letting me know about it. It was awesome, and I hope to see more in the future. Well, I guess I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.